Good afternoon. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable knowledge seekers, today I am your host for the afternoon. My name is Anana. I'm from Bangladesh. Dear knowledge seekers, I am proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is a social and ISO certified international educational and training institute. In the last 3 years, we have already served 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is international, recognized, and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus professions and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professionals (IGP) is a training facility for skill development which was founded in 2020 and is generating competent candidates to meet demand in the global labor market by providing professional qualifications. The Institute of Global Professionals is an education institute that provides social work globally recognized and reputable. We serve students and community resources providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one skill just by equaling formal education. So, we provide effective training and consultation to generate proficient generations all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, and internationally to students, job seekers, job holders, and also full learners through respective campus locations and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institution. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education isn't a business product. It's a part of our human race. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminar courses, award quiz competition, mentoring and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like creating our portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivational letter, and one knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge which can upgrade all day. Kids learning games website, free courses, computer essays, and many more. We help to empower you to learn to meet the expectations and highly become skilled people. We implement several training program, webinar, offline online courses for youth and learners by professional trained speakers and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by global renowned professionals to develop all kinds of youth and to promote the education of their abilities and personalities. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professionals. We believe that knowledge is love and light and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and serve them with good research and practice methods. We must have a genuine concern for the learner, represent more diversity, growth, and innovation, and required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. IGP members are committed to offering effective, best quality services and content improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill levels and value. Before they move to the next, let me remind, don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Before you move to the next, let me remind, don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we have already completed 2,338 webinars successfully. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we have already completed 2,338 webinars successfully. Dear IGP speakers, participants, and well wishers, at this moment, this is a very important message for you all. We changed and designed our website www.eduigp.com. On this website, we have surprises for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all of our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or logged in, you cannot enjoy our services. So create your account for once with your proper information. Note that with your proper information, you will enjoy all features. If mismatches data, you can do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competitions on our website. We replace Slido. You have to join directly on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars with verified e-certificates. Now it's easier and time oriented because after this session, we will not provide you with any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. After that, if you passed, You will receive your certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all of your previous certificates, speakership certificate. If you are a host of IGP, you can download your certificate of gratitude. If you are an online quiz competition winner, you can download your certificate of participation. If you are selected for a lifetime membership, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participated any award function which organize combined support with IGP, you can download that also. You can start prepare and download 18 type of STEM certificate from our website within a minute. Certificate of Global Professional Membership, Certificate of Global Influencer during the pandemic, Certificate of Active Knowledge Seeker, Certificate of Social Activist during the pandemic, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2020, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2021, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2022. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 1 Authentic Assessment in Teaching Learning. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2 Teaching English as a Foreign Language and Assessment. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 3 Digital Classroom Engagement 2. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 4 The New Trends in Education. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 5 Upskilling Organizational Leadership and Managerial Skills. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 6 Trends in Innovation in Mathematics Education. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 7 Research a Comprehensive Approach. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 8 Art in Teaching a Special Program in the Arts. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 9 21st Century Tools in Teaching Mathematics. Certificate of IGP Corporate Ambassador. Certificate of IGP Campus Ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in 1000 plus international level quizzes with verified e-certificates. Teaching tips for teachers, tips for parents, health tips for teens, gamification tools for teachers. You can join IGP Alumni. You can check out our 50 plus premium services websites for free and many more. Dear IGP well wishers, we promised previously, but lack of our technical issues, we are late sending you on time. This is a great opportunity to collect your previous credential. We solve all issues from our website. Now you can enroll, reset password, everything. You can check your dashboard for all webinar details. It's a cordial request to you. Check all buttons and pages on our website. Surely I can see you will be benefited. Thank you, but note that without any account or logged in, you cannot enjoy our services. At present, we are going to start our program 2337, and program name is Kaizen, and our honorable speaker is Dr. George L. Mayor Mayordomo. And now is a very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation. Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Hope you are doing great, sir. On behalf of IGP Knowledge Seekers, wants to hear from about you, sir. Now the stage is yours, and over to you, sir.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I'm good. Are we going to start now? Okay, so again, good evening, everyone. It's already 6:11 in the Philippines, 6:11 p.m. Okay, so I'm Dr. George from the National University, Manila, and I'll be sharing with you this evening about Kaizen. Okay, so I hope that we will be learning a lot today. So this is a short sharing that would not probably entail an hour, but we are going to make sure that we have to learn a lot from this sharing about Kaizen, because Kaizen is not just about how we work or how we do things in our organization or how we do things in the academe, at school, or even on our personal life. So Kaizen is very much applicable. Okay, so let's start, and kindly just prepare your questions later. Okay, and good evening to all attendees from around the world and from Manila as well, or from the Philippines. So I know that there are attendees coming from the Philippines and from the other parts of the world. Okay, so good evening, everyone. And let's start. So allow me to share and start my presentation. So this is Kaizen. And when you speak of Kaizen, this is the term used in Japanese during the post World War II. Okay, and this was the very best process and approach that has been used by different companies, different organizations, and even schools. Okay, so Kaizen is a Japanese term meaning change for the better or continuous improvement. So this is heavily influenced by American business and quality management techniques. Now, when you look at Kaizen, we are not just talking on how we do the process in our end or in our organization, but we are looking at Kaizen on how we are going to improve. These are actually, or Kaizen actually is a management techniques that all organizations are now into for them to be able to have a very flawless process and management style in terms of quality and in terms of improvement of a particular processes that we have. So this Kaizen focuses on incremental improvements over time in all aspects of life, including business and personal development. So if you want to develop yourself personally, you have to apply Kaizen. Okay, if you want to develop the way you run your family, the way you run the processes in your home, then you have to uh, use Kaizen. And if you are a manager, like for instance, a dean, administrators, program chair, or any position in a particular um, office or at school, then Kaizen is the one that would help you come up with a very good process and that could eventually gives you a very visible improvement in terms of how you do things inside your um, office. Okay, so the nature of Kaizen, so it's a continuous process. This is not about doing something, then you stop doing it. But Kaizen should be a continuous process. It means that it has to be applied or practiced every day in your office. So emphasizes on ongoing incremental improvements for you to be able to see and improvements in your processes. You have to do it religiously in the during the first day of the office until the end of the office, or until it becomes your way of doing things. It becomes your habit of doing things. So it involves everyone. This is not just about the top management, the rank and file. It's not just about the dean. It's not just about the manager and so on. But everyone in the office or in the organization is involved in Kaizen. Okay, from top management to frontline workers, and everyone should participate. And small gradual changes could be noticed once you use Kaizen every day. So, unlike major innovations, Kaizen focuses on small daily improvements. So, if you want an improvement in the process and structure of your office, then you have to do Kaizen. Long term perspective, Kaizen is about building a culture of sustained improvement. Now, a lot of organizations nowadays are into Kaizen, and during their accreditation, for instance, at school, if you want your school or the program of the schools be accredited by an international or local accrediting body, you have to make use or you have to apply Kaizen in all your processes. Okay, because Kaizen is very visible when somebody would come into your organization. They can eventually see that the process in your organization is being done in a smooth manner. Okay, the 2 hours job could be done in probably 1 hour, or a 1 hour process could be reduced to 30 minutes or less than 30 minutes. This is just how managers and the rest of the people in the organization should work together to come up with a very good procedures and processes. Okay, to continue, so Kaizen, coming from the word Kai, which means change, and Zen, which means good. So improvement, continuous improvement of processes, systems, products, and services. So often linked to lean manufacturing, Six Sigma, and other quality management system, a philosophy that every process could be improved. Now, I know that there are companies and organizations, schools, or offices that are having problems in terms of finishing or accomplishing a particular task as short as possible. Okay, so like for example at school, when a student would have to apply for a transcript of record, they have to go to the registrar's office. Okay, and then they have to apply TOR, or transcript of records. Then there are schools that would tell the student that the TOR, or the transcript of records, would be available after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or I had experience that my transcript of records was then available after 3 months to 4 months. Okay, it's a long process. Now, the question is why it takes too long to produce that transcript of records of a student, since the student is already graduated from your school. Therefore, the record of that student is there intact inside the registrar's office. Then why is it that the registrar's office would give or release the transcript of records 3 months from the application? How could that happen? Okay, 3 months is quite too long. Okay, it's quite too long. And if a student would need it immediately, then a student should have to wait for 3 months, and the students would lose the chance probably of applying to the job or to the deadlines given to him by a particular company in submission of the transcript of records and so on. So in this case, the school or the school registrar should have to use Kaizen to look at their process. Why is it takes too long to release the transcript of records? So what is happening there? What is going on in the process? Is the process really correct? Why is it that it would take 3 months to release that? So if the organization is very open in looking at their procedures and processes, then they can do something. They can shorten the 3 months to probably 1 month, and then 1 month is still too long because we know that all they have to do is to print the transcript of records and give it to students because everything is there. It's ready in their system. Then they have to look at the processes, the procedures, what is going on there, who are the people involved in releasing the transcript of records. Okay, who is responsible for preparing this TOR, and who are responsible for signature, and how long could they or could have the signature of the people, you know, like the president, the registrar, the dean, and whatever. Okay, so they have to look at it. That is why Kaizen is for continuous improvement. You might be thinking that what you are doing in your organization is already correct. Okay, because that's how you do it. It's been there for quite some times. It's already your culture. It's already your practice. But if you are going to solicit reactions and comments coming from your stakeholders, you will eventually see that there are things that you need to change and to improve in your organization. Okay? So this is where Kaizen should come in. Okay. So I hope it's clear. So the real meaning of Kaizen, change for good. Okay, if you are the manager, if you are the dean, if you are the program chair, if you are the top management of a particular organization, do not be afraid for change, for good. Because once you take change for good, then your company would create a good image to your stakeholders. If you are running a school, then everything must be properly checked. Enrollment, for instance, posting of schedules, assigning teaching assignments to teachers. How long would it take? If you do it early, then if you do it in the least time, then everything could be possible. Okay, so there are schools that, and now it's just the start of, we already finished the week one of our classes for term one at the National University. Okay, but teachers are already having their proper teaching assignments. Students are already added to their LMS classes, and materials for a particular subject has been uploaded to the LMS. So everything is prepared. Okay, but if you are not using Kaizen in your particular organization, probably some subjects are not yet assigned to a particular teacher, since it's already 1 week of class. No, in some schools this started. They will be starting their classes tomorrow, Monday. Okay, so we started a week earlier than the other universities in the Philippines. Okay, so Kaizen is change for good. So if you're going to look at the processes in Kaizen, step one is just simple as eating your marshmallow. Okay, it's identifying the problem. That's what I have mentioned, like what I have mentioned a while ago. In a particular registrar's office of a particular university, probably why it takes too long to release the transcript of record of students. So what is wrong? What is the problem there? Why it has to take 3 months, 4 months, okay, to release the transcript of records? So what's the problem? You need to identify the problem. And yeah, in identifying the problems, this is not just the work of one person. Probably the registrars or the director of the registrar's office should have to call for a meeting, call all those responsible in the preparation of the transcript of records of the graduates. Okay? Then identify the problem. What happened? Why it takes too long for us to release that? Then analyze the problem. Okay, analyze the problem. So, do we have some offices who are involved in the preparation of the transcript of records? Okay, then probably do something about it. Then develop solutions. What could be the solutions? Okay, so it's up to the top management on how to develop the solutions based on the identified problem. Then once you have the solution, you have to implement the solution and analyze the result. So what happened there? We have this problem, we analyze the problem, we develop the solution, we implement the solutions. Then what happened? Were we able to shorten the release of the transcript of records of students for how many months? So before we have 4 months, now we have 2 months. Okay, it's 2 months has been, taken away from that span, but 2 months is still quite long for the releasing of the transcript of records of students. So it still has to be improved. Probably for me, personally, you can release the transcript of records for after 2 to 3 days. 2 to 3 days. Yeah, that could be the best solutions. So you have to, whenever you think that this process is quite too long, then try again to look at the process. Okay, 4 months becomes 2 months, but it's not enough. 2 months is not enough. We have to look at what is going on. Why is it 2 months? Then try to analyze again the problem and so on until you come up with a very good solution to the problems to make it shorter. So 2 to 3 days could be possible. Okay, so the Kaizen approach, we have, of course, you do the brainstorming for you to identify the problem. Then once you have the problem already, you measure the problem, then ask people to compare the problems and try to present or to introduce innovation or innovate your solutions. Then once again, once you have already the solutions, you have to standardize it. It means everyone in your department or organization should use the same. So it has to be standardized. Okay? And then once you have implemented that solutions, you have to repeat it again. Repeat. And then try to revisit again your solution if it really works well. Okay, that's simple. Okay, all you have to do is just to create a standardized template. Okay, so once you are going to have your meeting, for instance, you have your template there. So write the identified problems. Then these are the identified problems. Okay, these are the analysis why this problem arise. Okay, and then the template for Kaizen, for continuous improvement, is very important for each of the organization. So because this is where you are going to record your approaches and process every time you revisit your procedures in your department. Okay, so then other one is inside Kaizen, we have the so-called 5S. Again, 5S is Japanese practice. Okay, so in 5S, the first one is you have to sort things. Okay, at home or probably in your office, for example, in my office, for instance, I have a lot of papers, submission of students, documents coming from teachers, standardized documents that we are using, and then papers coming from the registrar, coming from the HR, coming from anywhere, or memorandum coming from the dean, from the president, from the vice president, and so on. So it's everything in my desk. Now my office becomes so messy because of a lot of things. Now we can apply 5S as part of the Kaizen. Okay, we have to sort. The first step that you're going to do is to sort all the things. Okay, now you put in one folder or envelope all papers, documents coming from the registrars, coming from the dean, coming from the accounting office, submission of students, templates and forms to be used by teachers, and so on. You put them in one envelope or folder for you to for it makes it easier if you want to revisit that or to look for those documents. Then in sorting, you are removing unnecessary items, so keep needed items. No, I guess not all papers in your desk are necessary, or the papers that as being piled up beside you are not all important, or should not be there anymore, some of those papers. So this is where you do the first step, no, sorting. And second is you have to set, permanently arrange all items for ease of use. So this is what I'm saying a while ago, that you have to put them in one folder all together. If every documents, okay, put them together in one folder. So you arrange them for easy use. Then number three is clean and keep clean. Okay, so a lot of offices, even stations of teachers, are so messy because some teachers, they do not know how to sort out these materials. They don't know how to arrange papers, and they don't know how to remove papers and other documents which are not actually necessary or should not be used anymore. Most probably 3 years, 5 years ago, you can move them from your desk, from your files, because they're not, they should not be there anymore. Then you have to clean and keep them away. Then the next one is you have to standardize, establish standards and guidelines. Now, it's easy if you have the filing cabinets, just label each of the folder, and then outside the cabinet you have to label which one is this one, so that whenever you look for something, it would be easy for you. You have the code, for instance, code for each of the documents. Okay, like for instance, curriculum. Okay, copies of curriculum, copies of students records, or memos coming from the vice president, and everything. So outside the filing cabinet, there should be label, okay, to make it standard. Okay, then sustain. Then when in sustaining, you have to do follow-ups. You have to do it. You have to follow the set guidelines, so that it will become automatically a part of your everyday life to do things like this. So it's not easy for the first time, but once you are used in doing 5S and in doing Kaizen in your office, it becomes a way of life. Okay, it becomes a way of life. Next, the next one. So what does CQI, when you are going to do Kaizen as for improvement, continuous improvement, we are doing the so-called the continuous quality improvement, or the CQI. So CQI, there is a separate template for the CQI in different schools and offices. So they are using templates for the CQI, identifying the problems, and then you have there your objectives, no objectives, and then What's the problem? Column one. Column two, what are your solutions? And then column three could be your remark. Okay? And output. So the continuous quality improvement is a part of our system that everyone in the management or top management rank and file should really do the continuous quality improvement. Again, this is looking at our processes. So structure, first one is we have to look at the people, the technology that we use. Then it might be that people are not well trained. Okay. So if the person in your company is assigned to do this particular job and then he or she could not do it properly, it takes sometimes for the person to produce an output for his designated job, then there must be something wrong with that person. He or she might not will be well ano no will trained in doing that job. So yeah, look at the people and train people. Okay, you have to train people. If you want people to be productive, then you have to give them training. Okay, in some companies we have to identify first the needs of training. Then we have the TANA, no? In we are using that the needs analysis. Okay, so and then since we are into technology nowadays, look at the technology that person is using or the office is using. Okay, is the technology still updated? Is the software you're using is updated? Or the technology itself has enough storage and so on. Now, if you are using in your class, like some universities are actually still doing a blended learning or high blend learning. So some of them are still using LMS or online uh, teaching. So there are cases that students could not submit their outputs on the online management system. They could not submit their output because the storage is full. Okay, so the management should always check whether the storage given to a particular teacher is enough for them to upload materials, or students enough for students to upload their task and so on, like videos, powerpoints, probably paper analysis, and research, for instance. So they have to check that. So technology should be revisited. Then, once we already identified the people, the concerned individual, and the technology, now we have to look at the process. Okay, we again in Kaizen and CQI, process is very important. How you do things in that particular department or office. So the process is necessary. Look at again the process, and then look at the output. And once you have already the output, so what could be the outcomes? Okay. Now, if you are trying to restructure your process to make it easier for the individual to follow, you have already produced or replaced the technology that they are using. You have already trained people to do things better, then outcomes should be positive. Okay, so check the outcomes, and then once you have already the outcomes, again go back again to CQI. Might it might be that you could still improve it. Okay, so I hope it's clear to everyone. Then, in the principles of operational efficiencies, there are five principles. So the first one is, identify value, specify value, workflow, and so on. post activities, and the process. So these are the five principles to guide activities for operational efficiency. Now, there are offices or universities or particular organization that they have problems in terms of operational efficiency. That is why, again, when you have problems in operational efficiency, you have to revisit again your process and procedures. Okay, always go back to the process and procedures, how you do things and how things are being done inside your office, especially if you are catering to, to stakeholders, you are catering to customers, for instance, like if you are running a business, and if you are catering to people, outside your organization, your processes and your approaches should always be checked. Okay. So we have I mentioned a while ago, the Six Sigma model. So in the Six Sigma model, in analyzing things inside your parameter, you have to define what could be the problem, then find the measurement or measure the particular problem, and then analyze, then improve, and be sure that you need to control. So the Six Sigma was used to improve coordination between primary care. This is an example. Primary care physicians and diabetic specialists, to reduce unnecessary appointments and reduce waiting times for appointments with specialists. The initiative defined and measured process indicators, analyzed descriptive statistics, and developed strategies based on the result. These strategies involve um, changing clinical protocols for hospitalized patients and increasing the autonomy of nursing staff, recognizing the scheduling office, and specializing diabetic clinics to provide certain types of diabetic care. Now, in this example, the Six Sigma model is very much applicable because we know that in all uh, laboratory clinics, or yeah, laboratory clinics, if for example, if you want to go there to have your annual checkup, so doctors normally are not there. So they, in like for example, in the Philippines, we have the um what are these, Aventus, for instance, is one medical health provider. And then we have the medical city. Okay, so doctors are not really there every day, so they just come on a uh, scheduled time. So most of them are coming Saturday or Sunday, and the others are during weekdays. But if you're working, you cannot just meet the doctor in during weekdays, because you're working from 8 to 5 probably, or if you're a teacher, you're working from until 9 in the evening and so on. So it's impossible. So in this case, the Six Sigma model could be used to, to develop a particular process that would allow patients and doctors to meet in a shorter time. In some cases, patients are there just to wait and wait and wait when the doctor should come. And in some cases, doctors are not really very particular with their schedule. So they just say, I'm sorry, I came from the other hospital, I came from the other clinic, I'm sorry I'm late. But it's not acceptable, of course, because most of the time you have your schedule there. And this Six Sigma model should always be followed religiously by professionals. Okay. So the core principles of Kaizen. So I mention again the standardize, so establish the best practices. Again, So measure, collect data to understand current performance. So this is the same as what I have mentioned a while ago. So then the next one is you have to introduce innovation. So identify opportunities for improvement and sustain, ensure improvements are maintained over time and involve everyone in the process. Okay. Next one. So why Kaizen is crucial for organizations. Okay. This is crucial because it enhances efficiency. Okay. Once you are applying Kaizen in your organization, be sure or ensure efficiency is ensured, and you have to expect that there is something positive that could happen. So when you speak of enhances efficiency, you will have a streamlined process, reducing waste and inefficiencies in along with your process. And another one is it improves quality. So continuous improvements lead to higher quality products and services. Believe me that once you apply Kaizen in your processes in your organization, there is a big chance of improvement and would somehow, you know, you can create this or you can create this services that has, you know, that has never been given before to your clients. Okay, then employees engagement. So it involved employees and fosters a sense of ownership and motivation. Can you imagine that at the end of the day, when the employees would go home, before going home, the everything is still arranged. Okay, because you are applying Kaizen in your office. You cannot see papers scattering around. You cannot see machines are placed anywhere. You cannot see uh, staplers, scotch tape, for instance, are placed anywhere in the office because Kaizen, as part of your everyday existence in your office, everyday process in your office becomes a part of your life. So, in the morning, they work, and before going home, they try to arrange everything, put all those things they use during the day to their proper places. So when they come back in the morning, the whole office is so clean. Okay, so clean processes are, in place, and everything, uh, and everybody have this positive mind to start the day. Because if your office is so messy, it's hard for us to start the day with a positive attitude. Your mind is also messy. If your mind is also, not working well, everything is there, and so on and so forth. So it's nice to work to start the day when everything is in place. Okay, and another one is cost reduction. Incremental enhancements can lead to significant savings. Yes, that's correct. Because you are trying to utilize everything, okay? You're trying to utilize everything, and everything in your office are, are being placed in all designated areas, and things in your office are being taken care of by everybody. Then it's, it costs savers. Then another one is customer satisfaction. Better products and services lead to happier customer. Okay, can you imagine that if you are running a school, enrollment process is actually a problem of students. Long queue, a lot of papers to submit, a lot of papers to sign, a lot of papers to fill out, and so on. And some students could not finish the whole day for enrollment because the process that you are actually using is quite not good. I mean, the process is too long. Okay, so once you are using Kaizen in your organization and that everything has been put in place, then customer satisfaction is expected. Happy customers, they would tell, no, it's nice to be there because everything is in place, people are working, and they know what they are doing, and you don't have to wait for the whole day to finish your enrollment because all people are ready, everything is prepared, and they're not looking for a lot of documents coming from your parents, coming from your previous school, coming from and they don't have a lot of papers to sign, to fill out, and so on. Okay, that's continuous improvement through Kaizen. Okay, then another one, Kaizen versus innovation. So Kaizen, you start small, but there is what we call a continuous improvement, low risk, long term impact. Innovation, on the other hand, is a breakthrough, high risk, immediate impact. Okay. Because when you use innovations, you are expected to have an immediate result, an immediate impact on your organization. Unlike Kaizen, that you start gradual, then try to continue the improvement, looking at the process, and try again to apply new solutions. Okay? So, complementary approaches both are necessary for sustained organizational success. All organizations should have to innovate, but be sure that innovation is correct based on your mission vision, based on how you run the organization, and based on the services you offered to your clients. Okay, so no problem about innovation. We need to change for the good and we need to innovate, but be sure that innovation is really necessary. Okay, Kaizen could be used in business, could be used in your own philosophy, could be an activity of your organization. Kaizen is normally changed for the better, and Kaizen is needed for improvement of the procedures and processes. And Kaizen is there to have efficiency and proper management and implementation of course and processes and strategies of a particular organization. So success implementation of Kaizen was evident uh, on Toyota production system. Okay, the Toyota company first used Kaizen in their production system. That is why they become, well known to the world. So widely regarded as the birthplace of Kaizen. So the first one to use Kaizen in the production system is the Toyota. That is why when people would buy cars, even in the US, they would say, no, buy Toyota because it's efficient. Okay, the parts of Toyota could be easily found. Okay, unlike other brands of cars that you cannot, if something is wrong inside the car and you want to change any parts of the car, it's hard to find the part. But according to them, Toyota is a cost saving. Do not eat too much gasoline, okay, in Toyota, and so on. So because the Toyota company applied Kaizen and Kaizen was born in Toyota company. Okay, another one is healthcare. Hospitals implementing Kaizen for process improvements and patient care. Okay. But of course, in the Philippines, for instance, our government hospitals, when you go to the government hospitals, they don't apply Kaizen there. They don't apply Kaizen in the government hospitals. I don't know. Dying patients will die because of a very long queue or the lines waiting for names to be called. Okay, so that's a problem in the government hospitals, but in private hospitals, specifically big private hospitals in the Philippines, actually they use Kaizen to shorten the processes. The patient, the doctor's waiting time could be standardized. Okay. Then in manufacturing, companies reduce waste and improve quality through Kaizen practices. Again, Kaizen is there for a particular management or manager to look at, revisit the process and do something about the process, shorten the process to be more efficient in terms of service and products. Okay. So challenges in implementing Kaizen. So resistance to change. Okay, there are members of the organization or even the top management are having these problems. They don't want change in their organization. So they are resistant to change. Employees may be resistant to new method. Okay, they don't want probably to to follow the new method, or they don't want them to be introduced to the new method. Sustaining maintaining continuous improvement requires consistent effort. Yeah, this is not just overnight and then the next day you go back again to the old to the old process. Once you use Kaizen, you have to sustain it. You have to remind yourself every day. You have to sustain that you should be doing this. You should be doing that. So that's sustaining momentum. Again, not all people could sustain that momentum because of your busy schedule, because of your busy day. More often, you forget to apply Kaizen. Okay, so that's the problem, the challenges in implementing Kaizen. Another one is measuring impact. It is difficult to quantify small incremental improvements. Yes, since Kaizen starts from small, sometimes it's difficult to quantify that, difficult to identify and to say that this is something good that happened to you when it is small. But that small improvement could lead to a greater improvement with sustainability. You have to sustain that momentum every day. Okay? Then the value of Kaizen. So why is it that we have to use Kaizen? Kaizen is a powerful tool for continuous improvement in any organization. Emphasizes the importance of small, consistent effort leading to a significant change. Involves everyone in the organization, leading to a culture of collaboration and excellence. When everyone in the organization understands why you are doing Kaizen inside your organization, then there is what we call culture of collaboration because they understand why you are doing this. But if the top management lack the power to inform people under him or her, then there is no collaboration at all because people would say, why are we using this? What's this for? What is this all about? And blah, blah, blah. But it's the work or the job of the top management to inform people and allow them to understand why we are using Kaizen. Okay, that would be all. Any question? Any question? So we have less than an hour. Do you have questions so far? Okay, if you have no question, then I would say thank you very much for coming to our sharing this afternoon. Yeah, this is a lifelong learning. Thank you for that, Braham. Yes, we have lifelong learning. Yes. This
Thank you
is
so much,
just,
sir, for your rich content. Yes, sir.
yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's your turn now. I'm good.
Thank you so much, sir, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seekers surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seekers can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seekers. Once again, thank you so much, dear sir, for your presentation. Now, sir, it's time for our questionnaire session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinars. Honorable sir, please stay with us. After a short video, we'll be back in our session part 2, which is the questionnaire part. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After questionnaire, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After questionnaire, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After questionnaire, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After questionnaire, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Once again, thank you so much, Honorable Sir, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topics. It will add some value to our day to day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable Sir, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new day. Thank you, sir. Take care. Honorable Sir, before we move to the next webinar certification process, if you want to leave this studio, you can, sir. IGP knowledge seekers, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. IGP knowledge seekers, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. So visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a learning session and get enrolled. After watching or completing part 1 video session, click mark as complete. Move to the next, which is the learning test quiz. Passing mark is 80%. If passed, back to the course again to download your certificate. If failed, retake the quiz. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. For your attention, I am going to share the procedure again. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Sign up or sign in. Find a running session and get enrolled. After watching or completing part 1, click mark as complete. Move to the next, which is the learning test quiz. Passing mark is 80%. If passed, back to the course again to download your certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. We changed a few process for online live quiz competition. Note that after live, no one can participate. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Visit www.eduigp.com and sign up or sign in. Without this, you cannot join live quiz competitions anymore. Browse the live quizzes button or given link. Find the session name and join with your locked website or user account. Click join and wait for a few minutes for others to join. Enjoy an online live quiz competition. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. So our first question is Kaizen is the Japanese word that means continuous production or continuous improvement. Option A or option B? Our correct answer is option B, and 100% people are correct. And our next question is what is Kaizen? Flower arrangement or pin holder? Option A or option B? Correct answer is option B, and 21% people are correct. And our next question is what does Kaizen means? Long-term dynamic approach or accelerating the pace of process improvements? Option A or option B? Our correct answer is option B, and 94% people are correct. And our next question is What is Kaizen? A Japanese material art or continuous improvement? Option A or option B? Correct answer is option B, and 100% people are correct. And our next question is Kaizen is Japanese for good change, good work. Option A or option B? Correct answer is option A, and 94% people are correct. And our next question is which companies have or has adopted the Kaizen culture, Zara or Leyland Trucks? Option A or option B? Thank you. Correct answer is option B, and 82% people are correct. And our next question is which companies has have adopted the Kaizen culture, Asda or Dyson? Option A or option B? Correct answer is option B. 82% people are correct. And our next question is from which country does the term Kaizen originate? China or Japan? Option A or option B? Correct answer is option B, and 100% people are correct. And our next question is what is Kaizen's main goal? To create a beautiful warehouse or to eliminate waste through the smart planning of a warehouse? Option A or option B? Correct answer is option B, and 100% people are correct. And our next and final question is what is a Kaizen? A Kanban effect or a small change for good and continuous improvement? Option A or option B? Correct answer is option B, and 94% people are correct. Congratulations to our even online quiz competition on our top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes to finalize the result, and after that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificates on our website and official Facebook page, Institute of Global Professionals. Congratulations to our even online quiz competition on our top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes to finalize the result, and after that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificates on our website and official Facebook page, Institute of Global Professionals. At the end of our session, we can say probably feed your skills never stops learning because life never stops teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If we all want to live a happy life, try to a goal, not to people or things. Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the end live button, again wants to thank all IGP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you in the next session. Thank you.